What is going on, and welcome everyone to this FIFA 23 free kick and penalties guide. In this guide we'll be covering 4 things: inside the foot curl, outside the foot curl, the knuckleball, and penalties in FIFA 23. Starting with outside the foot curl, this is one of the easiest free kicks to score. What you want to do is bring the R3 all the way to the left side till the indicator says outside the foot curl. You want to fill the bar between 2.5 to 3 bars of power with the shoot, and then when you let go, the ball is going to spin towards the right. Now remember, when you select outside the foot curl, the ball is bending to the right, so you want to aim outside the boundaries of the goal towards the left side of the goal. Fill the bar to 2.5 to 3 bars of power depending on how far you are, and the ball is going to curl in the right direction. This is another example. As you can see, I set it to outside the foot curl. I aim outside the boundaries. I give it a 2.5 bars and I let go, and there we go, it hits the target exactly. Another example over here, as you can see, I'm a little bit closer over here, so I'm going to give it a little bit less power. That's going to be around 2.5 bars, and there we go, it hits the target again. Here, as you can see, the game recommended that I use the inside foot curl, but then again, it's much easier to ignore the wall as opposed to going around it, because the wall is overpowered in this FIFA 23. So I aim outside the goal towards the left side. I do the outside the foot curl. I give it a little bit more power than the previous one, and I let go my shot, and it bends nicely to the right. This is another example where I aim between the goalie and the ball, and I let it bend towards the right side of the goal. This is the final example over here. As you can see, again, I aim between the goalkeeper and the wall, and I give it outside the foot curls just so that it can bend towards the right. I give it almost 3 bars of power, and I let go of my shot, and it's unstoppable. Now let's do the inside the foot curl, which is the same thing, but instead of bending to the right, we're making the ball bend to the left. What you want to do is move the R3 cursor all the way to the right side, and then let go after 2.5 bars of power. You can time your shot if you want to. It's not necessary. It's easy to score those. Here, as you can see, once again, I move my cursor all the way to the right side of the goal, just so I can avoid the wall. I give it the inside foot curl, and I make it bend towards the left. This is another example once again over here. 2.5 bars of power, and it hits its target precisely. Finally, this last example, I aim between the goalie and the wall, and I let it bend towards the left side of the goal. Now let's get to knuckleballs. These are very hard to score. Honestly, I can say I score as many as I miss with these, but the only advantage to this type of free kick is the ball changing direction. Now with these, you really don't know which direction the ball is going to, and sometimes it can miss the target completely. As you can see, all you have to do is place the R3 cursor all the way towards the lower part of the ball in the center of the circle, and it changes the type of free kick to knuckleball. And once you do that, the ball is you give it towards 3.5 to 4 bars of power, and it's gonna change direction. As you can see over here, we almost tricked the goalkeeper. In this example, I give it a knuckleball. Since we're closer, I'm not gonna give it to 3.5 to 4 bars of power. I'm gonna give it a little bit less, and the ball changes direction, confuses the goalkeeper, and goes in the top left corner. In this final example over here, once again, I move my R3 towards the center, make it a knuckleball, aim towards the goalkeeper on the left side, and give it my 2.5 bars of power, and that's it. As you can see, change directions. Now finally, on to penalties. Penalties are really easy in FIFA 23. What you want to do is wait for that cursor around the ball. Once it shrinks down all the way, that's when you want to hold square. You want to hold square towards 3.5 to 4 bars of power. That's going to be a perfect shot. Even less power will tend to score, but once you go over 4 bars of power, you're going to miss the shot itself. And then after you select square, once you close down the circle or whatever your shoot button is, whether it's O or square, you want to aim at the direction you want to take your free kick in, whether be it right or left. Now on the last note, how far the ball goes to the left or the right is determined by how much power you give your shot. It is not by the L3 button. The L3 will give a general direction, whether it's left or right. The more power, the more to the left or right the ball goes. And if you're interested in a free kick taker, a set piece specialist build, striker build with a 96 overall, I will leave a link for that in the end screen of this video.